Welcome to Tips from a Bellman. My name is Tracy, and I want to thank you for checking out my channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd appreciate it if you would. I'm still roughly 250 people short of my first 1,000. So now let's get to the latest news here in Las Vegas and the state of Nevada. So our governor Sisolak, Steve Sisolak, just last night put out new restrictions for us, and we've already been on our own lockdowns and stuff before, but so then they kind of let a few things get back to normal, and now we're going to start doing restrictions again. So since California and New Mexico is doing their own little versions of lockdowns, I guess Steve Sisolak decided he needed to do his. So I'm going to do a little breakdown of what he put out last night. And I'm going to read some of this because I want to actually get out his statements, not just my own verbiage. So new regulations include required masks for Nevadas at all times for both indoor and outdoor activities except within one's own household or while eating and drinking, and a 25% limit on capacity on gatherings. This will go into effect on Tuesday, November 24th at 12:01 a.m. Now, if you're someone like myself who spends a lot of time outside, I mean, I go hiking up in the mountains whenever I can. Now there's snow, so I can't do it too much anymore. Or I go do trails or go to the parks and walk around the track and stuff to try to, keep active. Well, they want you to wear a mask now when you're outside. Even if you're out on the track and there's nobody around you, you're supposed to wear a mask at all times. Okay, restaurants and bars. So restaurants and bars can continue operation under strict social distancing at 25% capacity indoors and outdoors with no more than 4 people per table. So if you got a large family, you're not going to be eating at the restaurants. Also, masks are now required to be worn at the table unless you're actively eating or drinking. So it's not like before, you sit down at a table, you give your order, take your mask off, and then wait for your food. Now you gotta keep it on till you're actually eating and drinking your food. Plus they've already got you separated from everybody. All the tables are, a couple tables over for the next person. So gyms, fitness, and dance studios must operate at 25% occupancy with masks worn at all time, except when drinking water. If the activity is too strenuous to be done while wearing a mask properly, you must seek an alternative to your exercise. So if you're one of those people that likes to run on a treadmill at full speed and you can't do it with the mask on, guess what? You're gonna have to walk on your treadmill. Or anything that's more strenuous where you're gonna need a lot more oxygen, forget it. You gotta find something else to do. So, and it's already 25% occupancy, so there's hardly anybody in the gym to begin with. Gaming establishments. Casinos and other gaming establishments will be restricted to 25% occupancy and must follow the Nevada Gaming Control Board guidelines. And if you don't know already, a lot of the hotels right now, they're closed Monday through Thursday. Casinos are still open, but the hotels are closed. We don't have the business that we had before. We don't have the conventions that we had before. Conventions have closed or canceled. They've also moved to other states. Some of our largest conventions are gone, and hopefully maybe we can get them back next year, but we're still waiting to see. So you got hardworking people that, like these housekeepers, I've been working in a 5-diamond hotel for 20 years, and I have been on furlough since March. So, not working. A lot of my coworkers, let's say like the housekeepers, a lot of the housekeepers are now working, if they're working, part-time because the hotels are only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 3 days a week. I knew a lot of them that would work full-time at one hotel, and then when they got off work, they were rushing to their car to go work at another hotel part-time so that they could make more money for their family. Now they're only working 3 days a week if they're lucky. So, and then as far as the gaming goes, in the casinos, if you go in there, it's a ghost town. There's really nobody gambling that much, you know. So, public gatherings. Recently, Sisolak noted the state increased gatherings to 250 people or 50% capacity, whichever was less due to the surge we're experiencing. We must decrease those limits during the pause. He calls it a pause. And instead of a shutdown, it's a pause. So now it's 50 people or 25%, whichever is less. Okay? This includes places of worship, indoor movie theaters, live theater performances, casino showrooms, weddings, funerals, and any other event where members of the public may be gathering at the same time in the same place for the same purpose. Now, most of the shows in the casinos are closed. Some of them have actually been canceled completely. Like the Zumanity in New York. I think last month they put out that they're not coming back. So they're done. Private gatherings. Sisolak said private gatherings must be limited to 10 or fewer for no more than 2 households, whether indoors or outdoors. Face coverings must be in use with people from outside of the household. Now, everybody knows Thanksgiving is right around the corner. So if you're someone like me, my family, you know, my son moved out of state. I don't really have any family here in Las Vegas. And I'm going to a friend of mine's, to his house, to have Thanksgiving with his family. And so they expect us all to wear masks. And if he invited another family to be there, some more friends, that's basically illegal because it's only supposed to be 2. So his family and me, and if another family or another person is invited, that's against his rules because it's only supposed to be out of 2 households and no more than 10 people for Thanksgiving. Okay. All right. All sports tournaments such as youth baseball or adult softball, that's all been canceled for 3 weeks. So none of that. Retail and grocery stores, more than 50,000 square feet will be required to have employees at public entrance counting patrons to ensure compliance with capacity limits. So, you know, some of the Walmarts have been doing that where they count people and they check your temperature and all like that. So now they're going to do that at like the grocery stores and stuff like that too. So all the stores, you know. Brothels, adult entertainment, and day clubs must remain closed. So, of course, poor strippers out there that can't make any money, at least not at the strip club. Community and recreation centers will continue at 50% capacity. Now, he did, a lot of people were worried about school closures, which a lot of schools are online stuff and everything else. But he was talking about kids are suffering because of being out of the educational system. He also mentioned about suicides going up, even for kids, because they're stuck at home and they're not intermingling with their friends. You know, so it's just crazy that all this is going on. So, how long can we keep this up? There's so many people that are on unemployment, and there's a lot of people that I know that's been out of work for a while and they can't even get through unemployment to get their weekly check. So if you didn't have savings already, you got nothing, you know. And then luckily, you know, some people did have savings like myself, And I did get my unemployment right away, and I'm one of the few out here, I guess, that I've got an older car, so I don't have a car payment, and my car insurance is really low, so that helps with me not having a lot of bills. Still got to pay rent, still got to pay electricity, still got to eat, you know, and luckily a lot of the community is doing these food drives. I'm in a culinary union, so they've set up where people are doing like once a week where they go and they can go and pick up food with the food bank. But you can't keep the economy like this when people aren't working. And these restaurants, like this is 25% occupancy. If people aren't working, they're not making an income where they can go to these restaurants or they can order takeout. Some people still are, but it's not like they would have done in the past. And then the casinos, you know, they're getting some business, but you can't keep doing this. You know, when does it end? So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed my news here for you. Keep you informed in case you're coming to visit Las Vegas or Tahoe or anywhere else in Nevada. You know what's going on. So be prepared to wear your mask at all times unless you're physically eating or drinking, per Governor Steve Sisolak. So y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye.